Welcome back to the Black Fabulous News Channel. First, I want to thank you for tuning in this new channel. We have received a high volume of views for part one. Haiti's chaos can be traced back to the United States and Western exploitations. Thank you for your support. In the first part of our series, we explored how Haiti, the first Black republic, has been continuously oppressed by Western powers ever since it defeated Napoleon Bonaparte over 200 years. Today, we'll dive even deeper into the ongoing battle for Haiti's resources and sovereignty, and discuss a recent alarming development involving the United Nations and certain Western countries. Today, we delve into the intertwined histories of Haiti and Africa, exploring how colonial exploitation has shaped their past and present. In 1804, Haiti achieved a historic victory by winning its independence from France, becoming the first free Black republic. Meanwhile, the Berlin Conference of 1884 to 1885 orchestrated the division of Africa among European powers, sowing seeds of exploitation under the guise of spreading Christianity and civilization. Fast forward to modern times, we see a repeat of oppressive interventions exemplified by the recent United Nations decision, influenced by the United States to send troops to Haiti. Join us as we unravel these complex but interconnected narratives and reflect on how they impact the nations even today. The colonial legacy, South America and the Caribbean. The same European countries responsible for Africa's partition were also key players in the colonization of the Americas. Spain, Portugal, the United Kingdom, and the other Western European nations not only colonized vast swaths of South and Central America, but they also participated in the transatlantic slave trade, bringing enslaved Africans to the New World. France brought over 800,000 African slaves to Haiti. Now, this colonization process was also justified under the guise of spreading Christianity and European civilization. This led to genocidal impact on Africans and on indigenous populations and entrenched systems of exploitation across the Caribbean islands, such as Jamaica, the Bahamas, Antigua, and Barbados. Recent developments. Currently, under the guise of a United Nations mandate, the United States has orchestrated a plan where Kenyan President William Ruto is leading an intervention funded by $300 million from the United States. Now, that is $300 million on the table. We don't know, I don't know how much President William Ruto was paid up under the table. But whatever it was, it is not worth him committing 1,000 paramilitary police to cross oceans to come into the land of Haiti to invade, occupy, and kill Haitians. It is not worth it. How it doesn't matter how much he paid the president, Ruto, and the Kenyan people. It is not worth it. This is not a formal UN mission with a UN army. Rather, it's an operation supported by Kenya and other Caribbean nations, all manipulated by the United States and Western interests. Modern day manipulations and interventions. Modern day manipulations. Fast forward to today. Countries like Kenya, the Bahamas, Jamaica, Antigua, they were pressured to participate, reflecting the lingering influence of former colonial powers. Notably, these same nations currently find themselves under new forms of exploitation. For example, Kenya, Rwanda, Jamaica, and the Bahamas face economic and political pressures from the United States and Western powers that continue to manipulate and exploit their resources. This modern intervention underscores the enduring legacy of colonial powers who persist in exerting their influence over weaker nations for economic gain. This is nothing but a mass peacekeeping mission, but its true intent is to maintain control over the Haitian peoples and their natural resources. Nature of colonial rule. You know, United States was ruled by a colonial power. Haiti was ruled by a colonial power. Now, United States was ruled by Britain, England. Haiti was ruled by the colonial power, France. But they both fought for their independence and wanted their independence. But their independence and their freedom took on two different roads. United States took the road to self-determination and became a mighty country. Haiti took on the road to hell with their independence is because all of the colonial powers plus the United States have kept it from rising. One question after the independence of the United States, if the Western powers at that time, France, England, Spain, Portugal, Italy, Germany, if they all would have gained up on the United States, would they have rose? But let's get into this because their independence, like I said, went on two different roads. So the United States, the American colonies were primarily seeking freedom from British rule, driven by grievances related to taxation, representation, and self-governance. Theirs was about money. The colonists aimed to establish a new nation based on democratic principles and individual liberties. On the other hand, Haiti was a French colony characterized by brutal slavery and exploitation of African labor on sugar plantations. The Haitian Revolution was a slave rebellion against French colonial oppression and slavery, resulting in the establishment of the first independent Black republic in the world. And they defeated Napoleon Bonaparte, one of the greatest generals in Western Europe history. But the role of slavery. Now, in the United States, while the issue of slavery was prevalent in the United States during its independence movement, the focus wasn't on freeing the slaves. The focus was on the American Revolution was primarily on a political autonomy and individual freedoms rather than the abolition of slavery. The institution of slavery continued to be a contentious issue post their independence. They even promised some of the slaves independence if they fought against the British. But in Haiti, the abolition of slavery was the central aspect of its independence and struggle. The Haitian Revolution, led by enslaved Africans and Afro descendants, not only sought political autonomy, but also aimed to end the brutal system of slavery that had defined their existence under French rule. Now, here's the international context to this. United States, the American Revolution was part of a broader movement towards independence and self-governance that was taking place in various European colonies during that time. The United States sought to establish itself as a sovereign nation distinct from British and European rule. The Haitian Revolution stood out as a unique radical uprising against slavery and colonialism. It challenged the institution of slavery and European colonial dominance in the Americas, setting a powerful example for anti-colonial movements globally. These historical differences in the motivations, context, and outcomes of the independent movements of the United States and Haiti have had lasting impacts on their respective trajectories, national identities, and relationships with former colonial powers. It's all about the natural resources the United States and the West wants to control. They going in there in the pretense of humanitarian. They going in there to try to save the Haitian people. And I know they don't give a damn about the Haitian people. They want their hands on this iridium. In the history books, I have not read that the Haitians have ever invaded Kenya. There's no history that the Haitians have invaded Bahamas. There's no history. The military, Haitian military, has ever invaded Jamaica. There's no history of Haitian military or police invading Antigua or Barbados. There is no history Haitian troops invading Rwanda. Let's talk about Haiti's untapped wealth. That's what they're after. Despite its struggles, Haiti is incredibly rich in resources. The country holds the second largest iridium deposits in the world, along with significant reserves of oil and gold. These resources have the potential to make Haiti one of the wealthiest nations globally. Unfortunately, external foreign control, United States and the West, and now these puppets, exploitation and mismanagement have these treasures out of the hands of the Haitian people. Berlin Conference and the scramble for Africa. I'm going to go ahead and read Psalms 83, chapter, and the third and fifth verse. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. And that's why Black people around the world need to stick together. The Berlin Conference and the scramble for Africa. Now, while Haiti was grappling with its newfound independence and the heavy reparations that was put upon it, across the Atlantic, European powers convened at the Berlin Conference to partition Africa. Between 1884 and 1885, Britain, France, Belgium, Portugal, Spain, and Italy, among other Western powers, divided the continent with little regard for indigenous cultures and societies. This scramble for Africa was framed as a mission to spread Christianity and Western European civilization. This civilizing mission, however, laid the foundation for decades of exploitation, resource extraction, and the imposition of artificial borders that disregarded ethnic and cultural boundaries, leading to long-term conflicts that still impact the continent today. The colonial legacy, even in South America and the Caribbean, the same European countries responsible for Africa's partition, were also key players in the colonization of the Americas. The same players, Spain, Portugal, the United Kingdom, and the United States later on, and others not only colonized vast swaths of South and Central America, but they also participated in the transatlantic slave, bringing enslaved Africans to the New World. This colonization process was also justified under the guise of spreading Christianity and European civilization. This led to genocidal impact on indigenous population and entrenched systems of exploitation across the Caribbean islands, such as the same countries that wanted to invade Haiti. These countries, Jamaica, Bahamas, Antigua, Barbados are still being exploited today while they invading or plan to invade Haiti. Let's talk about the role of gangs. Now, the United States and the West, they always call freedom fighters terrorists, and now they're calling the Haitian freedom fighters gangs. But we all know who are the real gangsters in this world. And it's not barbecue. It's the United States and the Western European powers that are the real gangsters in the world. United States and these Western countries come to your land, especially the developing and the black countries, and they give you an offer that you cannot refuse. And if you refuse it, well, they'll take care of it. They'll send a hitman, or they will destabilize your country. Those are the real gangsters, and they're gangsters with military, a powerful, powerful military. Now, let's talk about the so-called role of gangs in Haiti. The Western media has labeled these groups in Haiti as gangs. However, many of these gangs are actually organized resistance groups fighting for Haiti's independence and for the wealth of its resources to benefit its people. These are freedom fighters, and they stand with the population, and the population stands with them in opposition to foreign exploitation. I thank you for hanging in here with me. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. So, in conclusion, uh, I'm going to ask a question and actually answer it with three potential solutions. So, what can Haiti do in the face of these overwhelming challenges? And here are some potential solutions. I have three. International awareness and solidarity. Raising global awareness about Haiti's true situation is crucial. By spreading the word through platforms like this YouTube channel, we can garner international solidarity and support. We must highlight the covert actions of Western countries and expose their continuous meddling in Haiti's affairs. The international community needs to recognize that if Western powers cease their interference, Haiti might have the opportunity to truly progress and utilize its abundant resources for the benefit of its people. Number two, strengthening internal unity. Haitian citizens must unite and solidify their stance against foreign exploitation. Internal unity can fortify their resistance and operationalize a collective vision for the country's future. Number three, transparent governance. As establishing and maintaining a transparent and accountable government is imperative to ensure that the benefits of Haiti's resources reach the people and are not siphoned off by corrupt officials or foreign entities. Moreover, it is crucial to highlight the troubling role of certain Black nations being utilized as proxies by Western powers. This so-called UN intervention led by Kenya and involving other Caribbean countries is a stark example. These Black countries are inadvertently participating in the suppression of Haiti's rise, acting as flunkies and puppets for Western interests. They're being used to maintain the status quo under the guise of a humanitarian mission, which in reality is another strategy to control Haiti's resources. It's important to remind Kenya of its own history and struggle against colonialism. Kenya endured a long and brutal fight for freedom from British rule. And despite achieving independence, the legacy of colonialism still affects them today. United States and Western powers continue to exert influence over Kenya's natural resources like their tea, coffee, and their rare minerals, such as their titanium and their gold. These resources, much like Haiti's, are being exploited for the benefit of foreign powers rather than for the Kenyan people. Kenya's involvement in suppressing Haiti's aspiration for true independence is a portrayal of its own historical struggle for freedom and sovereignty. It is imperative for Kenya and other Black nations to remember their past and resist being tools for Western interests. Instead, standing in solidarity with Haiti to support its rightful path to self-determination. I really thank you for joining me in this deep dive into Haiti's ongoing struggle for true independence. Let's continue to educate ourselves and others about these crucial issues. Share these insights, share this video, engage in discussion, and push for a world where Haiti can finally stand on its own, free from the clutches of historical and modern day colonialism. Stay in tune for more insights and updates. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the Black Bibalist channel, news channel. And I appreciate all of you. Thank you and have a great day.